Okay, this is Federalist 9, Part 4. I know the map is blurry, but as I have shown before, the area in red are the 13 states, okay? The area in blue are the territories that are going to eventually be states. And the western part of the blue area is the Mississippi River. So as you watch these videos or listen to them, when you look at this map, just remember that people are going to move all the way into the blue areas, these territories, and they're going to create states out of them. And when they are this far inland, it is better to send their cargo from Mississippi River all the way down here on ship and then export it. So having control of Mississippi is extremely important. And also here, there's the St. Lawrence River, which goes through Canada, and that will become important for the northern states, as well as Mississippi River. I mean, those two rivers become very important. Because there were no roads, you had to carry everything with horse and pack mule or caravans, and overland would be extremely difficult. So these rivers are very important. And like I said, I know it's blurry, but just keep that in mind. Those are the most important things. Those are the things that in the future will create problems between the North and the South. When they go west and new states are created, the southern states want to keep slavery and expand it, and the northern states, some of them oppose it, some of them don't like it. So this will gradually create problems. Just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to finish Federalist number 9. There are 2 paragraphs left. So, the definition of a Confederate Republic seems simply to be an assemblage of societies or an association of 2 or more states into one state. The extent, modifications, and objects of the federal authority are mere matters of discretion, so long as the separate organization of the members be not abolished, so long as it exists by a constitutional necessity for local purposes. Though it should be in perfect subordination to the general authority of the Union, it would still be, in fact and in theory, an association of states or a confederacy. The proposed Constitution, so far from implying an abolition of the state governments, makes them constituent parts of the national sovereignty by allowing them a direct representation in the Senate, and leaves in their possession certain exclusive and very important portions of sovereign power. This fully corresponds in every rational import of the terms with the idea of a federal government. He says, don't think we are going to get rid of states, because their critics constantly say that this federal government, this national government, wants to get rid of the states and make this into one big country. He says, no. Look at how we've made the Senate. The 2 senators that you get to represent you, the state legislatures choose them. So it gives you, in a way, it gives you sovereignty. Just remember that the senators were chosen or elected by the state legislatures till 1913. It was after 1913 that people started electing the senators directly. Before that, it was the legislatures that elected them. So he says, no, the way we have set this up, your state is going to be powerful. It's not going to be dissolved. It's not like you're going to lose power. In the Lycian Confederacy, which consisted of 23 cities or republics, the largest were entitled to 3 votes in the Common Council, those of the middle class to 2, and the smallest to 1. The Common Council had the appointment of all the judges and magistrates of the respective cities. This was certainly the most delicate species of interference in their internal administration. For if there be anything that seems exclusively appropriated to the local jurisdictions, it is the appointment of their own officers. Yet Montesquieu, speaking of this association, says, were I to give a model of an excellent Confederate Republic, it would be that of Lycia. Thus we perceive that the distinction insisted upon were not within the contemplation of this enlightened civilian, and we shall be led to conclude that they are the novel refinements of an erroneous theory. Okay, just keep in mind, please, to try to read the books that I recommend to you on this playlist, or watch the videos that I recommend. It is very helpful to you to understand the background of some of the stuff that is said in the Federalist. It is extremely important. But at the same time, I hope that you listen to my reading of them and follow them along, and gradually you will get a better grasp of what he's talking about. I'll try to tell you briefly the important points of his writing, of their writing. When I say his, because 3 of them wrote by the pen name Publius. So I mean any of them. But reading some of these books is going to be very important. Watching some of these videos is going to be very helpful to you. I'm also including on this playlist the reading of the Federalist Papers done by LibriVox. I'll listen to those because a lot of volunteer Americans have read these essays at regular speed, so you will become familiar with both. Thank you.